Yeah. What is up, everybody? All right. Oh, man. Ay, 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 ay. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Got one in the building. Appreciate you. The rest of them coming, I know. Welcome back, should I say. It's the second live of the day. Couldn't stay on that long earlier. Hey, ay, 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 ay. Yo, 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 yo. Yo, anybody ever, side note, big side note, anybody ever had a GPS literally take them, like, you're going to a certain town. Yeah, the neighborhood you got to go to the house, whatever, is in a certain town, on a certain small community by whatever name. It takes you to some, like, centralized part of that, but not the exact address, and cuts off, like, yeah, you're here. And you look at the address, what the it's got a coordinates and weird gibberish. You like what is this? Like, anybody ever been through that? It's just me. No, when I tell you that happens more than enough, and it's the most frustrating thing because not only does it waste time, it wastes gas, and we all know gas is like freaking, gold right now. Come on, stop playing with it. But yeah, this thing really, really bamboozled me today. Had me like 10 minutes away from where the actual thing is. I'm gonna start doing there's something in the app for the actual delivery part, not the GPS. And this may be a tip for anybody who does what I'm doing. They're gonna understand this. That's the only way. You never know who's watching. Somebody might be doing this and they get frustrated with the same thing. But if that ever happens to you, just say that you're already at the location. And what's gonna happen, you'll see on the map how far away you actually are. It's gonna say you're not close enough. It's gonna show you where you are. You'll be like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And that's when you'll realize something done happened, glitch wise in the app and you can correct it. But until you do that, you really don't know. It's like it will keep sometimes telling you to go to that random whatever that's off. Like I've had it be so bad, and some people know this about where they live, that they know they're in an area that's like the dang Bermuda Triangle of GPS. So they'll let you know before you start heading towards them. They like, look, it's gonna try and take you to this. That's not my address. I'm at this. Please don't let it take you there. Make sure it's got this and that you're going toward, and they give you a landmark or something. Yo, you better know. And that, of course, helps when folks know they're not in illusion or delusion about it. Like, yo, I know you paid all this money for it. Because the other thing is that happens a lot with these really nice homes in these super big subdivisions. Because what happens is, I mean, this is my theory anyway. The land is so new in terms of it being redistributed as housing versus just bare woods. You know, the mess. That's how you get that problem. So anyway, but anyway, it is the 19th of May, y'all. Y'all know today. There's a couple of reasons why today is special. But the main thing that's relevant to anybody, because I'm gonna talk about some birthday too. But it's voting day. All right. I don't know about where it is for you, but if you're in America, it's voting day. It's one of the voting days. Major voting day. All right. This is the one that a lot of people unfortunately sleep on. Some people, if they vote at all, wait to go out when it's the presidential thing, and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't do nothing else, and that's the biggest joke because if you're not satisfied, like many of us are not satisfied, okay, with the craziness that's going on at the highest level, well, guess what? You can't reinforce your opinion of that until you start at the local level. You've got to vote in these primaries and runoffs and all this stuff that's smaller. It's nothing small. There's never a small voting situation. And what's really crazy too is there's always bills on the ballot, things that literally changed laws and structure of how you can do whatever you've been doing. Quote unquote, big phrase in America. Some folk love to yell about all this freedom. We got freedom. We fighting for freedom. We keeping our freedom, man. Tell you something. Your freedom is as good as your participation and you're paying attention to what folks gonna still do even after you done paid attention. But at least you let them know when you vote the opposition they're gonna face if they go a different direction than what the people say. That's what it's about. That's the simplest way I can put it. There's a whole lot more involved. And yes, there's a lot of games to get played. And yes, there are those who do all kind of seedy stuff. They still doing it. They still doing it. Gerrymandering. If you don't know what the word is, look it up. You know what I'm saying? Redistricting areas and trying to do all kinds of stuff because they know a certain demographic is there and they want to make sure that population does not turn into a strong voting cap and all that. No, that's all kind of games being played, people. All kind of games. Did y'all see the post I relayed direct from the man himself? I just relayed it. I mean, some things I know they're gonna go viral a little bit, so I help it go viral because it needs to go viral. But the good brother T.C. Carson from Living Single and all you gamers, because it's funny about gamers. Like gamers is a really interesting community when it comes to the ethnic persuasion of gamers. You got some gamers that literally to this day don't know that Kratos' voice in both the Greek and the uh, Viking-based lore game are two black men. To this day, they don't know that. They just you got these like super ultra, not just fans of a game. They on some other personal self-esteem stuff that goes beyond norm. I mean, everybody should be proud of what their heritage is. I mean, I'm not even going there. Yeah, be proud of your heritage. Be proud of whatever you are. That's nothing wrong with that. What is so wrong is when you're so delusional and crazy about whatever it is you are that you don't acknowledge nobody else and you put other things down. Everybody else got to be below you, beneath you, and you feel you're superior. So you got some crazies out here that literally they play that game for different reasons. They look at it like they on some nationalist type BS, right? And they don't know that every time you quoting a line from the game and you like the sound of that deep, thunderous voice of both those characters, that both those versions of Kratos, that's a black man. That's a black man named T.C. Carson. Now, if you ever been to a convention and he was there, then maybe you woke up because you wait a minute. That's the voice of Kratos. Yeah, that's the voice of Kratos. And then in the Viking lore joint, that is Christopher Priest, another black man. Yeah. Well, you can't escape the blackness, yo. We're gonna be the human family whether you like it or not. And shout out to everybody who already laughing because you already with this. You ain't on none of that mess. You ain't on none of them. You ain't caught up in them constructs. You ain't lost in all that race this, race that, because you know it's a game and you ain't caught up in all. But for those who stuck, I'm happy to wake you up. You know what I'm saying? Because you need to be woke. The real definition of woke. We call it true woke around here. Since people try to take the word and make it mean something it never meant all these years we've been saying it. No, you ain't gonna do that to the cultures. You ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna let you do that. Not over here, not on this clock. We got our own clock. We got our own clock, baby. ONYXCON got his own clock. You understand? And it never sleeps. It's 24/7 worldwide. Shout out to the whole world. All my people everywhere. I mean, anything. Huh? Everybody. Southeast Asia, Asia, all of the mother. You know what I'm saying? Russia, Ukraine. Who else be in my numbers, man? I be getting people everywhere. India, what's good? India be representing y'all. India always. My three top areas would be U.S., UK, India. Constantly. Every now and then, Indonesia slip up in there and take India's part. They become number three. Sometimes they'll be two. They be, man. Indonesia shot me one month. I was like, man, look at Indonesia showing out. They up in the numbers, man. I got people from Indonesia up in here watching. You know what I'm saying? I got peoples, man. I got peoples. All over. That's my monetization nation. The ones who don't hit that subscribe button. Yeah, that's the realest ones right there. So yeah, shout out to everybody all over the world, man. Ladies and gentlemen, somebody up in here, I don't know what the hell that is supposed to mean, but I guess they meant well. I sure hope you weren't trying to say something crazy because they speaking in their language and I don't know the language, but they were saying something about my hat. I guess they like my hat. That's how I'm gonna take it. I don't know what the hell they was talking about, but and that's the problem when y'all need to understand when you write something in your language, write it in the other person's language too. Like, think about it. Like, I don't speak I do speak a few words in other languages, but I only really speak English and various dialects and everything from other places. Okay, so I want to understand. If I had time, that would be probably my number one hobby, man. If I had the money and the time to not have to worry about bills, not have to worry about the stress of this, is why I'm always telling y'all monetize this channel. I'm telling you, I would study languages. I would. I really would. I would be out here studying and traveling. That would be my whole existence is travel, relating to good people, finding all the good people, connecting to all the rest of the human family, man, the real ones. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Dipping and dodging the monsters and the idiots, that ain't got no brain cells, we ain't dealing with them. We're gonna deal with the real ones. All over the world, all over the world. But no, you gotta translate for me. You can't just be dropping stuff. I do like to see the stuff in the other languages so I know it's from another country, but then say equal sign and go to the Google Translate. I'm sure you got that on your phone. If you're communicating with me, you more than likely have Google Translate or another translator app on your phone. Use it. Translate that shit and then say it and make sure what you got to say is worth being said now. Because if you come foul, you will be in the lost and never found. You understand? I'm serious. I don't play. I don't do timeout. You hear some folk be on streaming, I'm timing out you. And yeah, if you grown enough, if you bold enough to step to a 50-year-old man you do not know, never go meet more than likely, and say some stupid shit, you know your ass gone. You know you gone, man. We don't play them games. We from the old school. See, the new school want to play with each other. Y'all want to slap each other and spit on each other and hug the next day. Man, nah, we come from, all right, that was it. First strike, that's it. Done. That's my era. That's what I come from. There wasn't no tomorrow. There was now. That's all there ever was. And nothing ever ended. I don't care if it may have been a round one, but round two, you don't want to see the rest of the rounds because somebody gonna end up gone. That's how it was in my time. I'm just telling it like it was. We didn't play. We didn't play. We did not play. All my people my age, y'all know what I'm talking about. We didn't when kids didn't talk back to grown folk. None of that stupid shit. We didn't do that. We didn't do that. I had a whole post. I never put it up because I didn't want to get the heat from this, punk-fied, this watered down scenario of what we got going on with poor parenting and stuff. But there was a little kid one day at I was doing a delivery and he was outside and when I say kid, I'm saying his boy was like he may have been 12. Now, typically, no one's outside when I get to people's houses. It's just drop the package and go. But he came over because that was his first thing that I was thinking, who raised you? I know you all comfortable because this is your yard and all that. But guess what, buddy? I'm just here to deliver. That's all I'm here to do. You don't know me. I don't want to know you. I say hi. That's about it. I don't want to get too deep. I don't want a conversation. Why would you walk up to a complete stranger? Where did the phrase stranger danger not go? Haven't you watched the new? Do your parents not show you that? I mean, I'm not, like I said, I'm not the problem. But the bottom line is, you don't know me. I don't need to know you. I'm here to do my job. Stay out my way. Let me get this shit, and that's it. Drop it at the door and get up out of here. But he come to like get the stuff. Like I'm gonna help. All right. No, I mean I've had that happen. No problem. I had to do no words. But usually when that happens, the parents right there. And hey, how you doing today? All right, good, good. Yeah, yeah. Everybody get all the stuff. Oh, cool. Y'all made it easy on me. Y'all have a good one. All right, now you stay blessed. You stay blessed too. Everybody's so religious. You stay blessed. I love when people say that sometimes because it's something in the way some people say it. You can hear that they don't really know what they're saying. You can tell they like when you drove up, they were looking weird and crazy, but they ordered something. It's like you ordered something, right? You knew a complete stranger was gonna pull up in your driveway to drop this shit off, right? You do that, right? Okay, so why are you looking on edge right now? Okay. Yeah. But then once they realize what it is, you yell out the name of the company, whatever. They like, oh, okay, yeah, yeah. I'm like, yeah. And that be the main one. You stay safe and be blessed. Yeah, I gotta be because around crazies like you, right? That's because y'all on edge and y'all think y'all bad. Oh my gosh. So anyway, little kid was coming to get stuff, and it was two things. One of them was kind of heavy. So I said, I don't talk. I can raise. I got a lot of octaves to my voice. I can go real loud if I need to. But why yell if you don't have to, right? So I talk real low key and chill. And I said, you sure you can handle that? And he probably can't hear because he been playing some music too loud and some damn headphones. But he was like, what? And I said, oh my gosh. I looked at him. I said, man, all I could think was, who raised you? Like parents, young parents of young generation that don't because y'all didn't, maybe somebody didn't smack the dog shit out of you when you did it. You do not speak to an adult ever answering with the word what alone. What is never an answer to a question from an adult that's coming at you respectfully. No one's doing nothing weird. Just, I asked you a simple question. I'm looking out for your safety because you might drop your parents' order and break something, right? So I said, you think you can handle this kind of heavy? And he squinted. He's like, what? And I said, boy, I'm trying to tell you, it took everything in me not to be on some. Let me give you a little breakdown of what everything was wrong about you just saying what to me. You little snot turd of a. I said, man, let me. I literally laughed. I grinned, one of them real sinister laughs, like you little, one of them talk through your teeth ones, like you little shit. And I said, and I spoke a little bit, just raised the octave a little. I said, can you handle that? You're not gonna drop it, are you? He said, oh no, no. Now you don't realize, oh, damn, I guess I said something. Yeah, you said something the way you said it, you little fart. Like, who raised you? That is not how you respond to an adult. Damn it. I'm sorry. I don't care, man. I know it sounds so strange. What I'm saying sounds so strange to most people because y'all done got to the point. I've heard a kid. I remember I heard a kid one time. This is way back, too, way back. And it was a little boy playing outside. It was at these apartments. And the window was open so I could hear people outside. And this little boy's out there playing, and he didn't want to come in when his mom says, like, yeah, I'm just gonna make up a name. Timmy, your lunch dinner is ready. He was like, I don't want any. And she was like, Timmy, you come in here now. He was like, F you. I was like, all right, man, when I tell you, I went to the window like, where is he? Like, yo, if I'm not, by the time I got to that window, if I'm not seeing that mama praying as she holds back from choking the snot out of that boy that she gave birth to, I'm like, he said what to his mama? Man, oh my gosh. And all she did was say something like, well, I'm gonna tell your dad when he gets home. And that little fool, I swear to God, she said, oh, shut up, stupid. I said, oh my God. This is what this little boy said. I said, man, how can you, when you got kids that are raised to think that's so, and that's normalized, and that they're just gonna get worse as they get older, what you think those grow up to be? Man, please. Y'all better. Oh man, we at it again, y'all. We're gonna keep it going. In between the orders, I'm gonna be back, so don't worry. If I go off, I'll be back. I'll be back until it's over. It ain't over. You know what I mean? That's how my lives are. Until I shut this thing off for real, it's gonna keep updating. You're gonna see me pop back on. I was watching. Shout out to Zoe International, where I subscribe to and everything or follow. Um, and he he'll do that from time to time when he got to change something on his, like plug in something, change something on his whatever. He talking to a young lady, you want to get that number real quick, whatever. So I understand the process, right? And like I see now what happens when I do that because it literally it either pauses the video or it just blanks out. So I do apologize for how that looks on y'all end. I know that's annoying. I mean, you know what I mean. The only reason I sometimes will still be there when it finally come back on for him because I'll be folding clothes, I'll be doing something else. Like people I know I like their content, I just let it run. I let it run. I know it's helping their channel to give it watch time. Like I need y'all to give me watch time so I can get monetized because that's what we trying to do around here. That's our number one goal right here, right now. I said our number one goal right here, right now. We need your support. We need y'all to be subscribing. Yes, thank you. You do that. I always, if I hit that subscribe button, I'm gonna get one. It's like if I go fishing, I'm gonna catch one. You know, that's really how I feel about going live. Like I always get. So when you think about 31 as being the average number of days in a month, oh, I'm gonna get 31 subscribers every month minimum. Because some days on some lives, like I think we hit a record the other day. I think I had like 8 people in one live. That was awesome. That was a hell of a day. It was a really long live that I kept renewing. Like I said, I just be doing. If I'm working, so stop it, get back in, stop it, get back in. But that live produced. It was 8 people subscribed. I was very proud of that. I know it probably had been 100 people in the live, but there's my number again. I always say every 10 out of 100 is who you're talking to any damn way. That's what anything. So anybody doing a business and you get feeling discouraged, it was 100 people. Yeah, but only 10 of them really was listening to you. Only 10 of them really liked what you were saying. Only 10 of them might continue to come back. And that's a big might still continue to come back and support you. It's the 10 rule, y'all. 10 out of every 100 is gonna actually do something. But the great thing about 10 is 10 know another 10. So 10 becomes 100 and 100 becomes 1,000, right? Yes, it stacks. You just got to get the right people. You got to get people who really appreciate what you're doing. And you'll get that audience. You'll build your tribe. You'll have your people. That's what I've learned. And that's why we hit almost, we passed 3,400 the other day. We're going to have 3,500 by the end of this month. We might mess around and get to 4 in 1 month. I think it's all possible. I always say nowadays, I bet on, and I think it's mainly because of going live. Like I said, it's going to be more than 31 in a month. So if it gets to like 50 something or whatever, you think about it, every 2 months, that's 100 something people. So like every 2 months, we're at least getting I'll say every 1.5 months, we're getting another 100 people. So that's why the number of subscribers is growing so drastically. We're getting that. We just got to make sure that, like, my theory is, YouTube is always telling you, and every other body trying to analyze YouTube is always saying, they do that direct math, which I respect. That is the truth. Like, yes, you get more when people watch longer videos, but people don't have no attention span in the groups. And then the algorithm is against you in some ways because you're fighting against how many billions of other people posting at the same time all over the world. All you can do is just keep producing and finding your people. Because, like I say, every 10 out of 100 really like what you're saying and doing anyway. And they'll be there for you. Those will be the people that come back. Those will be like, I already know I have roughly right now. And you can say this too. This is based on what I look at my numbers and get real about it. With 3,000 plus, only 70 to 75 of those people return regularly to watch content. Like every day, they gonna maybe check in, or they swing by, they watch a couple of your shorts, they watch a couple of my long videos. They might not be the ones finishing anything, but they're gonna finish in a long video. I already know who that is. That's my family. That's my closest friends and family, and people who are like closest friends and family. They're the only one gonna sit there and watch me talk, fish, walk, adventure, whatever I'm doing. Go through a clothing store, check out some shoes, all the variety content that we're known for that we do here at ONYXCON. I only got about maybe, you get the rule of 10. It's about 10. It's 10 out of the 70. So what's that leave? 60 who I don't know, all over the world, all ages, literally. Some are here to watch the cute animal videos. Some are here because they like my style. They want to see what I'm wearing today, what I'm gonna say, what I'm gonna talk, what I'm gonna whatever. They like my voice. Somebody likes the way I look. Thank you, ladies. Okay, there's some cuties in the building. Some young hotties, but of age. That's the ones I'm talking about. We ain't on none of that weird shit. We talking about grown women up in here that like a silver fox. I know I get them, and then you got the ones my age and older that I know. I see y'all. I know that's who that is. When I see them older women, them church ladies that like a handsome gentleman, oh, they be all in here. Oh yeah. I know who y'all are. I know exactly who y'all are. I know exactly who they are. So you start being able to kind of gauge the audience, and like I've even had the benefit of friends and family that tell me the truth about what they like, and I know from that who may have watched certain things when I do that. Like I got a cousin, she cracked me up. She told me one time, okay, Great, you found your shoes. I was like, okay, well, that ain't for you. You know, she's saying it all sarcastic, like, oh, you in them damn shoe videos. I was like, good to get on your nerves, because guess what? I'm not posting like, this one gonna get her. I'm not, I ain't worrying about whether my cousin like this. That's, you family, you gonna be around no regardless. You gonna check in when you want to. You ain't watching everything I do any damn way. So what? I'm gonna build a whole channel over what you like, woman. I got a whole. She's my age too. So I'm like, woman, please, you gonna get on somewhere. Love you to death, but you still crazy. She know who it is too. If she ever saw this, we'd be laughing together about it. But I say, man, please, you can't be worrying about that. You got to do whatever you doing with your formula. Your formula is for you. I'm in the kitchen, baby. I'm cooking gumbo. This ain't. Oh, what you cooking? You name one thing. It's one type of meat. It's one dish. No. This ain't a la carte over here. ONYXCON is not a la carte. Not at all. This is gumbo, baby. This is the human family gumbo. You know, and just like real gumbo is rooted, especially in African cuisine. Original human base. You got to get that roux right, right? All my folks from New Orleans and everybody going crazy right now because they know that I'm talking about that realness. You gotta get that roux right. You get that roux right, that roux get rich with all them seasons and the fat and the flour and all the stuff to make it right. You know, then we gonna add in all the parts that come from everybody else all over the world, plus how we did it. That's why it's ONYXCON. Okay, that's why it's ONYXCON. It's acknowledging that human family in the symbolism of even what onyx is. Onyx can come in almost any color. Did you know that as a stone? And it's not one thing. It's not like this is onyx stone. No, onyx is really more like a collective term for when certain things combine in the elements and the earth. And when they're grouped together in a certain way and reach a certain type of density and compression, they call that onyx. And the reason why it goes back to an ancient Greek goddess. It's a very kind of weird story, but I still love the story for the fact that I get it. But one of the cherub characters, like a little Cupid character, was messing with her while she was asleep and cut her toenails. And I said, damn, does she have fungus? Because they said that they basically say that they named the stone as a representation of clippings of her toenails. I was like, ugh, but like, damn, what was, ooh, that's a lot of colors. That means she had a fungus. But no, like for real talk, more going past the grossness of toe stuff, somebody having a messed up foot, I would just say I like the representation of the colors when you compare it to the constructs, knowing that these constructs are so well established. Well, we acknowledge what all this stuff is, and then we bend the perspective on it. It's like, okay, certain powers that be have made a world where people speak in these constructs all day, black, white, red, yellow, brown, all this. Okay, great, whatever. We're not literal about that shit. We acknowledge it, we say it, we speak it because it's a common language, but we're not stuck on that. That's the thing. We're not stuck on that. We're not going to limit our view of other people with that simple shit. We're not going to label ourselves within that and lock ourselves only into that and can't move. Can't be whatever we want to be because and it can't be who the hell we really are. Like it really gets on my nerves when I hear people say, you know, well, before I say this, it gets on my nerves depending on what the context of the conversation is. And under certain situations, I always understand it. I acknowledge it. I just let it be what it is. It's just little, to me, it's an elementary way of speaking on the human family. It's not getting as deep as the whole story is. But when people say, you go somewhere and you see people who look like me, we're like, do people really look like you? like, did they really look just like they could be a part of your immediate family? I ain't even say the rest of your family because I know you pass your mama and your daddy and your sister and your brothers from the same mama and daddy. They might not look like you. Hell, under the same roof with what I just said, they might not look like each other. It's like it's so silly. I hate when people say that, or even the concept of people of color. This is why the construct is such a limiting thing. What do you mean people of color? Everybody has a color. We was getting more into what's your ethnic genealogy, what's your experience, your cultural experiences. That's the stuff that truly defines you. That's the truth. It ain't about complexion. Yo, somebody say, "Oh, I met Joseph Wheeler." Oh, you did? You met me? Yeah, I met him. And he was like, he's like a honey brown color brother. Yeah, okay, yeah. Where I was at that time in life, right? Uh huh. Let me go down to the tropics for a few weeks and hit the beach every day, and even with sunscreen on and stuff. See how much more chocolatey I get. Now I'm never gonna get. I won't say never, but it's not in my genes and my combination of what my melanin does to charge me up to Wesley Snipes level. I don't get to that level of Super Saiyan, but I do definitely get a very nice, rich, even brick brown when I get a real even tan. I've only had a tan that good once in my life. I don't say that good. I'm talking about when it's even. I ain't talking about like, you just get your arm because it's exposed and then this part up here don't get. I'm talking about I got almost an even joint one time in Hawaii. I was like, man, look at my skin. I'm beautiful. Like, it was nice because it was so even. It's the evenness that makes it look so cool. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really like tan lines. It's sexy on a woman, but I hate when I get the t-shirt tan line and like you take this out and it's just like you can see right now. Even though I ain't got a real tan right now, this is still a little bit more brown than up here because my shirt is. It's always that's what they do. They do that. All right, I gotta drop this off. I'll be right back. Get this thing here. One of y'all is gonna go blank for a minute. It don't mean I'm gone. I'll be back. We got work to do. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all the work don't stop. We just keep it moving. We just keep it moving out here. 2 thumbs up.